offended Drew. He's the dad joke guy. Okay, so the first one is going to be O'Brien's active compression we have there, okay? This one tests for either slat lesions or just AC issues. Just depends on the result that we get. Okay, this one's got multiple parts to it. Do you guys remember this one from lecture yesterday?
I don't. Did we talk?
I remember the name.
We did talk about this one.
Okay, I was sleeping.
This is the one where I actually went up to the board and was like saying and pointing out and telling you stuff about it. I think it's been a little while. Anyway, so the position we put the patient is internal rotation of the shoulder, and then about 10. Nope, keep that elbow straight. About 10 degrees of horizontal adduction.
I remember this now.
You remember this now, right? The next thing that we do, we're going to apply some pressure. We just tell our patient we want you to hold it there. Okay? So hold it there, don't let me move you. Push down. Did that recreate your symptoms? Okay? You said it didn't feel good, it hurt, okay? But the test isn't over, right? So just because there's pain there doesn't mean we can say, oh yeah, it's for sure this. So what do we do? What do we need to do next?
Are so you're passively going into internal and external, or are they going into?
So I just put him into
So it's a passive.
supination and internal rotation of the shoulder, right? He's crossed over. I apply the resistance. He says, oh yeah, that hurts. Doesn't feel good. The second part is now I go thumbs up and into external rotation or a more neutral position. Okay. And then I apply resistance again. And what did you feel with that one?
Fine.
Felt fine. Okay? So we had pain with the thumb down, decrease in pain or no pain with the thumb up.
Did you move them out of adduction, horizontal adduction?
No, he kind of moved himself there at the end.
So it stays. The only thing that changes is rotation.
Yep.
Okay.
We just go, we start with the thumb down, apply the resistance, and then we go thumb up and apply the resistance again. Okay? What makes it a positive test?
Pain with thumb down.
Okay, pain with thumb down or symptoms with thumb down.
Oh,
That's part of it.
More pain in internal rotation than external rotation.
There it is. Okay? So we have a reproduction of symptoms or pain when they have the thumb down. And then if we have a decrease in pain or the pain goes away or that it's not present with the thumb up, that is what makes it a positive. So there has to be the difference between the two. Okay?
Hi, I just had a question, but not with you.
But Susan doesn't live here anymore.
I would say full external rotation if you're just bringing them kind of up to like a neutral.
Please tell me you got that.
Just ignore that.
Because that's always the way that it's been done. Yeah. So I would just ignore that part. Yeah. I didn't realize it said it on there. So again, internal rotation. If they have pain, great. Test isn't finished, right? Then we go into external rotation or neutral position. And it's only positive if there's a decrease in pain or a change in the symptoms, right? And that the symptoms go away or we at least have a decrease in pain, yeah?
So my question is it testing like the stretch in the biceps tendon? Is that why we do thumb down?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're focusing on the biceps, why aren't we going palm up? Because this is not putting the bicep at all.
Just because we go palm up doesn't mean that my shoulder's all the way in external rotation. I can.
Like a tiny.
But isn't that like
It's
like
where
not being
isn't that where like
super-
the bicep is a shoulder flexor though? Is like that, and it's not like this, isn't that?
Are you talking about supination of the forearm
Yeah.
specifically? not
Isn't-
rotation.
Why
of
aren't we
shoulder.
going all the way to there?
Yeah, because isn't the bicep more a shoulder flexor in this position rather than this position?
But it's
That's
an,
elbow.
it's impingement, right? It's slap.
We're just,
But
we're-
yeah,
by going into internal rotation and pronation, we are lengthening that long head of the bicep as much as possible, right?
yeah, I get that, but like why aren't we going all the way there? So like, we're not trying to shorten the bicep all the way?
Well, but just by coming to thumbs up, you're shorting enough to make a difference.
Okay.
And so you don't need to necessarily go all the way
So should they,
to the full supination.
should their pain keep decreasing as you go more into, if you go all the way one side?
It could.
I don't think there's anything
But-
wrong with that.
No.
But you may not have to, like
To
from
get
here
the-
to
yeah.
here, you're like.
It's
okay, we're
enough
good.
to get the,
Right,
to
right.
differentiate.
Right.
Okay.
So there's nothing wrong with doing it, like Greg said, but to get the difference we're looking for of symptoms versus decrease in symptoms or no pain, then just coming thumbs up is enough.
Okay.
You okay? So, we at least get a positive, right? We've got pain, we've got a decrease in pain, but now we need to know, the test isn't over yet. Now we need to know where they are experiencing the pain to differentiate a SLAP lesion versus AC issues, okay? So after we do the test, and the patient's like, yeah, it hurt, oh no, it doesn't hurt as much. And then we say, okay, where did you feel the symptoms? Was it deep in the joint or was it right on top of the shoulder? Right on top of the shoulder, AC issue, okay? If the pain or the symptoms they're experiencing are on the superior shoulder, then that's gonna be AC issues. If they say that it felt like it was deep inside the joint, then that's gonna be indicative of a SLAP lesion, okay? To what degree, we don't know. The only way that we can really determine the degree is by doing imaging. But we at least know that there is an issue with the labrum, okay?
So you're not pushing down on this one at all, you're just placing them in these positions.
I do, no, I do. So I'll put him in that position and then I tell him to hold that and I apply resistance. And then I turn him thumbs up and then I apply resistance again. Okay? So that's O'Brien's test. Are we good on that one? Okay. The next one is specific to labral tear. When you're doing this one, so this is the crank test. This is very similar to the Scour's test of the hip. You guys remember that one? Okay. Again, not very comfortable. Who was it? Taylor comes up positive on the crank. And it clunks. Like big time. It's crazy. But what we're doing is similar to the Scour. We're putting the patient into a specific position. We're compressing the joint, and then we're going to rotate him around and try and get anything to catch on that tear of the labrum or any issues that are going on. Okay? So, go ahead and lie supine for me. We're going to put him in, I think in lecture I said 135 degrees of scouting. It's really 160, but at least according to this, in our book, I've read other texts or heard others that say like 165 to 170, so it all kind of depends.
Are you actually getting out a goniometer? Because I wouldn't be able to tell 160.
So if we know that that's 180, that's probably about 160 right there.
I'm just saying 5 degrees on a goni is.
Right. So there's a big difference between 135 and 160 is what I'm saying. But as long as we're up pretty far, and a lot of people, they get to this position, or maybe they even bring them here, and then as soon as they bend the elbow, they bring them back down to like 90 degrees. So we want to make sure that we're still up there. Okay. So we put them in approximately 160 degrees of scaption, and then we're going to apply compressive force. We're going to go in and out of internal and external rotation while we circumduct at the same time. Okay? So compress, internal, external rotation, and circumduct. And I'm not getting any clicking or popping or anything like that, any pain. Okay,
So
that
you were
would
just
be-
going like that, going in and out constantly, or?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm here, and I go in and out of it, internal, external rotation as I kind of circumduct all the way around. Yeah. So I'm just trying to hit as many points as I can on that labrum as possible to try and see if there's something that catches. And there is a way, like, you know, if you catch it in specific spots or anything like that, it can tell you like where the tear would be or anything. We're not gonna require that you guys know that. We just want you to know how to do the test itself.
So that 160 degrees is putting, that's, I forgot the word.
Close pack?
Not close pack, but
Okay.
congruency on the label.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Congruency.
not only the position, but then we are compressing as well. So between the two, we're getting those two ends nice and congruent, and then just doing this all over to try and catch. Okay?
So does Taylor have a torn labrum?
Yeah, he's got an abnormality in there for sure. It's a big clunk. Like with Taylor, it was crazy because I came in like this and we were going, and then all of a sudden, clunk, 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 like big, real big. It's crazy.
Pain?
No pain, like a little, I guess discomfort. I think he said, but not like
Wow.
not like dying or anything. I don't know how he's doing today. Like 4 people, I think, 3 or 4 people tested him yesterday, and so he might be in like a little 80. Yeah, but if he's willing, try it out, because
You hold them down.
positive, it's always a good thing. Like, if you can feel it, right? Thank you, sir. Okay, so.